All
Hey
right,
everybody,
sounds
this is
good.
Dominic DeAngelo of WrestleZone.com. Today's date is March 25th, 2021. And I'm happy to have with me here today none other than Hot Fire himself, Myron Reed, the young goat. Good to see you again, man.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be
Absolutely.
on here once again, man.
Yeah. So coming up, as we're recording this, you're going to be facing Daivari at Never Say Never on March 31st coming up here.
I am.
Talk about how it's been working with CONTRA and just that heavy duty kind of atmosphere that they bring to MLW, and like you and Jordan Oliver getting right in the mix of it all.
It's honestly it's awesome. It's awesome for us because we get to prove ourselves once again against some of the best talent in the world. Uh, like Conjure, like their big fight feel like the group, like every time like you see anything with them, like you know it's gonna be good. Like you're like, all right. So it's like, okay, we got to do our part in making sure that we do the same thing, because Injustice is building its name just like Contra is. So
Absolutely. How do you feel too about, like, Injustice is such an established faction at this point too? You guys have gone through a lot of developments and changes, but also like you and Jordan are the core guys of it too. So talk about how that faction kind of aspect intermingling with all the different ones that are coming in, and like just Injustice kind of carving their name in the MLW mix, and in wrestling too. I think in general, you guys are one of the top standout factions going, I think.
I appreciate it, man. Honestly, bro, without Kodo there, me and Jordan just felt like we had to like be stronger together, stick together, because that's what Kodo would have wanted. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was definitely, when he was with us, he was definitely one of the guys that was always preaching about stick together, man. You know, what's the saying? He would say, "I'm I'm I'm out of it."
That's
But
okay.
he said something about teamwork makes the dream work. I mean, I've heard that
Yeah.
a million times, but like, I mean, it's true. Like, you've seen our stuff. Like, we work together. We hardly ever. I don't think we ever really lost. So like, just working together.
No, it's
But
that
yeah,
whole dynamic that you guys presented, and going from working against like different guys like the Heart Foundation, or the Heart Foundation, the new Heart Foundation, and then going into this, it was just like that whole dynamic you could see. And I think that cult, like, it not only showed organically through the faction and what you guys did like on television, but you could see it as like an organic connection between all three of you too, in a lot of ways. Like, just, you know,
definitely, yeah.
that's what makes it stand out even more when you're able to see, when a viewer is able to see that. You can convey a bigger, stronger message too, and I think you
Yeah,
did.
because it's like you said, it's organic, it's real. Like, we were really like, when we were together, we were always together. Like,
Mm-hmm.
same hotel, like playing video games together, like, writing stuff down, just trying to figure out like what's the game plan, what are we going for, what are we doing. Like, always, everything we did together worked out together. The shows, like, we had to be a group, like we had to learn each other. You know what I mean? We were gonna be a team out there.
Heck yeah. And I remember too being backstage at Philly and seeing you guys. You guys were just there. You guys were all together
Yep,
and everything like that. So
I remember. Yeah.
absolutely, man.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, talk about just, so last time we talked, it was before you guys got back to action. So it was like right in the thick of the pandemic. Like Black Lives Matter started happening, the movement started happening, and it was like right at the kind of the beginning of the pandemic almost.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Talk about how it's been adjusting wrestling, not only just for MLW, but just around during the pandemic. How's that been for you?
Things slowed down, so it like made me like really respect and appreciate what I do more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at first, I felt like a lot of wrestlers just took this for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You just traveling so much, you didn't really take the time to appreciate family and friends and stuff like that. And now, like, all that stuff being stripped away from us, you know what I mean? We're literally like, damn, I wish I could really see my friend right now. You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like it made you spend more time with your family, made you miss your friends more, made you appreciate what you were doing before. So like, I don't know. I feel like we for me, like, it's been very helpful. Like, it's been like, of course the pandemic is like COVID's a horrible thing, but like I'm saying, like as far as like work ethic, like my work ethic is like times 10 compared to what it was
Right.
before the pandemic. And it was only because I was comfortable and having fun. You know what I mean? Like now I'm just like, gotta go, we gotta go. Like, you never know when this should have happened again. So it makes me more prepared.
It's a total wake up. I mean, like the pandemic's been a wake up call for everybody in a lot of ways. And like, but I can only imagine from a wrestling perspective where you're traveling around and being on the road and being used to that kind of lifestyle. And then that all of a sudden just out of nowhere being taken away from you. And it's just,
Yeah.
you have, and then you're in a like almost like a not super sedentary, but a sedentary state where you're just stuck at home or stuck in one area.
Yep.
It's an adjustment, and it definitely makes you want. I could only imagine makes you want to get to moving again. Even like just doing a light travel schedule that I would do for this job. It's like I felt those effects, so I can only imagine what it's like for
Yeah.
you guys on the road and working with one another and that camaraderie that you guys share too.
Yep.
So that's tough.
100%.
That's tough.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Um,
Definitely was.
how about what? Yeah, you talked about working on yourself and stuff more. What have you adjusted in your workout regimen and different things like that, maybe to adjust maybe what you have in your move repertoire or whatever it may be? What's some kind of stuff you've added since the pandemic hit and now that you're back in the ring?
Uh, just honestly, man, like before the pandemic, like I had my set things I did. I went to I was on a schedule as far as like going to the gym like 2, 3 days, but then, or like three, maybe even four. But like then there was a week I'd like not do anything. I feel like as people, like you get down on yourself and you're like, wow, I'm exhausted, blah, blah, blah. And that's what it sounds like now. Like blah, blah, blah. Excuses, excuses. Uh and didn't like I would just be like a month strong, like going crazy. Then I'd take like 2 weeks and just like fuck. Like and then like on then I'll remotivate myself. And since the pandemic, like I've been in the gym like almost every day, uh trying to eat every 2, 3 hours. Like I'm just making sure that like I'm gaining weight, because gaining weight, getting stronger. um and just with wrestling, like I don't want to be classified as just a guy that does flippy moves, you know what I mean? So
Right.
like I was trying to not only build myself as a character and work on just being more confident, because honestly, man, like I grew up just talking shit. Like I love talking shit.
Yeah.
And wrestling, I just felt like I always felt like I was gonna offend somebody, and then I was just like, you know what, if they're offended, fuck them.
Yeah.
So like, what I mean? Fuck them. Like it's what I gotta. It's me. Like say the fuck you're gonna say and whatever you want to say. Like, and you just gotta be you. And that's I feel like this helped me at MLW. MLW. Like I feel like for me, Jordan, like especially with like at first we were very uncomfortable talking in front of the camera. And when you're comfortable talking in front of the camera, you say this stuff and then you believe it. Like you believe it. And I feel like it helps. I feel like promos help because you believe it.
Yeah, and you know what? Seeing that too, like
Manifest.
watching all the backstage videos that you guys do and the different video packages that you guys put together and stuff. It's like I really see that like there's conviction there. I see it with like you and Jordan, and I see it with like Calvin Tankman. I see it with a lot of
Definitely.
guys that just like deliver with such like passion and like again we talk about being organic. It's coming across organic, and I think you being
Yeah.
able to embrace that like fuck 'em attitude, it's just like makes it all better. And I think that even elevates a wrestler to a certain point where it's just like you want that a wrestler to have that kind of attitude, that fucking kind of
Absolutely.
attitude. Um,
Absolutely.
is there a certain where do you think you got that from? Just growing up and certain aspects of your life? Is there a certain point in life that you maybe kind of got that mentality from?
Man, I always felt like watching wrestling growing up, though. Like I felt like all of our favorite wrestlers like didn't give a fuck. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and like you didn't really understand why they were so like awesome, and like everybody you knew like he's a badass, like fuck with him, like that's my favorite. Because like people want to get behind someone that stands up for themselves and don't give a fuck. Like if you don't like what I have to say, fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and that's really like how they are. Like think about Shawn Michaels and guys like that. Like they didn't. Come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, they didn't give a fuck, man. They did
Oh,
not
they
give a fuck
definitely.
back then. They did not care back then.
Not at all. No, you're totally right. Like that's what makes wrestling so cool is that outlaw
Yeah,
mentality and that
100%.
just be like, all right, yeah, fuck 'em.
Yeah,
So, no, man,
100%.
it definitely adds to it. As far as you had such a great series, like feud with Leo Rush. Um, talk about working with him and your aim to like kind of get back in that middleweight title mode too. Or and you even mentioned this past week, yesterday on Feud, that you have aspirations to get the world title too.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that aspiration, it should, like, if you're not aspiring to be the world champion, man, like, what are you doing? Like, I just feel like you're wasting your time. Go do something where you want to be motivated to be the best at it. And that's something you should be doing. I love this so much. I feel like I gotta be the best at it, and I gotta help the people around me. But as far as like, I don't know, man, like, as far as Leo goes, like, the Contra stuff, man, has just been so, like, so crazy. You have to just focus on them.
Yeah.
They're a group I can't stare off and try to help Jordan out every now and then try to go for the middleweight championship. Like, I feel like that's gonna, like, hinder me in either, maybe both, like, categories, and then it leaves Jordan without a real friend, a real partner. So I mean, like, I'm like, we take care of this business first, and then we move on and we get our fucking title back.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
way to handle it too, you know?
100%. People
Now,
probably like, man, what the hell? Take it forever. Yeah, but I'm getting there.
I know, because it was such a cool build to you guys actually having the match at Kings of Coliseum and stuff. And
Yeah,
like, you guys put on a hell of a match. And I thought it was like, it leaves you wanting more. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, also what I wanted to talk about too was how do you feel of Jordan's development too? Because I thought like just a couple weeks ago he was in a world title match against Jacob Fatu and showed his own there, and he's
Definitely.
establishing himself like a new weight class and everything like that. Talk about how his development has been, and from your perspective.
I think that Jordan always had the confidence, and he, like, people would always say stuff about it, like him being skinny and stuff. He didn't care though. He still went out there and did his thing.
Right.
But the cool thing is now is, like, I have this weight on now. Like, you can keep trying to, like, use the skinny jokes, but they're not working. I just feel like it helped his confidence out even more. He was already confident, but it helped him out even more. I feel like he's much more packaged now. And now he, like, doesn't want to do as much, like, high flying stuff. Same with me. Like, I feel like we've both grown in that aspect. We just want to be good wrestlers,
Do you
not just
think
good flippy guys.
do you think that's gonna be kind of almost the new wave of wrestling style, because there's so many talents that are able, like you've shown it, capable of doing the high flying stuff, and like
Yeah,
some of that stuff like gets lost in the shuffle after you see it so many times too, as amazing as it
yeah.
is. Do you think that trend is going to change more so where a lot of talents maybe kind of adjust their styles to like, hey, I want to be more like focused on like technical stuff, or a different kind of style where it's just like maybe more groundwork or certain things like
Yeah.
kind of see that kind of
For me,
developing overall?
yeah, I do. Like, for everyone, like wrestling in general, I do. Like, diving kind of got, like, diving and doing flippy stuff. I feel like it had, like, its cool moment. Like, like, I mean, I remember when I was starting, like, Ricochet and Osprey, like, that was like the peak of fucking being a flippy guy. Like, everybody went to fucking flip.
Mhm.
And that was like, what, 2015 through like 2017, 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
And but I feel like now people just want to be solid overall wrestlers and want to be really good at everything. And I love that. Like, I feel like, you should be able to pull some cool ass flips and shit like that out your bag when you need to. You should be able to pull some cool technical stuff and some cool ground shit. Like, but for me, I feel like with wrestling, like, the new style I'm trying to, like, do is, like, win style. Like, I'm trying to do what I need to do to win. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
instead
Yeah.
of, like, focusing on moves, like, I'm trying to put people away. Like, I'm trying to win.
Yeah. That's priority number one, right?
Definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Is there certain wrestlers that you've been watching to kind of like make more of an adjustment to that style, or is there have you just kind of been go as you learn kind of speak?
Honestly, I've been watching a lot of guys like nobody really knew. Like
Mhm.
it's more like people like just watching like more so like Jeff Hardy and guys like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like people that like did shit that like was just different, and they probably didn't think that it was gonna be as cool as it was. You know what I mean? They just were doing their fucking thing, and it ended up being like I mean everybody wrestling like let's think about it, like Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, like I feel like 70 fucking 5% of the wrestling world started wrestling because of them. Like, you know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like,
gosh, yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So I mean, it's like it's just I want to be that. Like, so I'm trying to watch wrestlers that did that for me and that did that for people in general. Even if I don't really like, if they're like not my favorite. Like, I know a lot of people started wrestling because of Triple H, but like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'll watch his stuff. And I felt like everybody just played their role so good. Nowadays, everyone is trying too hard to be like one another. You know
mhm,
what I mean?
exactly.
And back then, everyone was just really fucking good at being themselves. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I want to be me. Like, I don't want to be like nobody else. So I
Right.
see somebody do something I do, I want to do something different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how can I like keep inventing myself? Like, that's how I feel.
Exactly. You can pick and choose what you want, like different aspects of different things, but you just make it your
Yeah,
own though too, and just like your
absolutely.
your spin on it of how you want to convey it to somebody, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
absolutely, man. It's going through like seeing that. That's what's so cool about MLW too is like it's only an hour of programming, but you get like tight stories woven throughout there where it's like you got
yeah. People's attention span like it's fucking horrible. Mine's horrible.
me too.
I could sit through a whole hour and watch MLW. Even before I started wrestling for MLW, I sat through a whole hour and watched their episodes because there's only an hour. You get like 4 matches and you get hella storyline development, like you said. Like it's
Yeah.
perfect. Like
Hmm.
yeah, definitely,
It
definitely.
really embraces the star power aspect where it's like you guys are being elevated because of that product going on too.
And everyone's not on every week, so you're missing to
Exactly.
see your favorite wrestlers wrestle every week. Exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
you got it.
It
Definitely,
builds that
man.
anticipation, man. And
Definitely.
when somebody like you has a match, when it's like I'm just throwing a name out here. Say if you were to fight Jacob Fatu, the build to that would be like tremendous because you don't get it
Yeah.
that you every week. You don't get Fatu every week, but once you guys collide, it's gonna happen. Like it's big.
Yeah, and people are like every week they're like, all right, we want to see this more. And then they're hyping it and building it every week. Like it's just like more hype, more hype, more hype. Like shit, we got to see this. Like that's
Absolutely,
I
man.
feel like that's everything, man. I feel like everything is just the element of surprise, anticipation, just making people wait. Like I don't know, like that's just they MLW does a great job at that, man. And I'm really honored to be a part of the team.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool to
dope.
see that you're one of the top guys there too, and like working your way
Yeah,
in.
man.
Hmm.
Bro, and that's like I didn't, going in, I didn't know nobody. Just working hard and doing your thing, bro. You work hard.
That's all you
Anything's
can do,
possible.
man. Is just
Absolutely.
focus on what you're doing. Like, be willing to help other people out, but it's you got to worry about your game too and how it goes.
Absolutely. When you focus on other people, that's when you start trying to be like follow trends and stuff and steer away from being yourself.
Yeah, and you kind of lose that fuck 'em mentality too in a lot of ways.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Start caring too much.
Yep.
Caring too
Yep.
much. Yep.
um, I wanted to mention too. Uh, so you had your debut album last time we talked was Bangers Forever. How's the
Yep.
feedback been for that? And then what are your plans going forward too? I think I heard something about like a second album you're working on or something too, right?
Yes. So I felt like the first one was I had a lot of fun making it, man. But I also felt like I listened back, I'm like, that was my first time ever really making music. So like
Mm-hmm.
this time around I got like new producers, everything, man. Like it's new everything, new mic, new everything. Like I get to like find myself because I feel like this has definitely helped with my confidence. Like making music definitely helps with your confidence. You know what I mean? Because if
Mm-hmm.
you're not afraid to make music in front of people, like you shouldn't be afraid to wrestle. Because when I wrestled, I knew that I would be fine because I'm focused on the person I'm wrestling. And when I first started, I wasn't really focused on what the fuck was going around,
What was going around?
like around me. Yeah, because I was so tunnel vision during the match, and like I had to break out of that. But like I'm just saying, like making music is like if you can do that in front of people, which you got to be yourself too, and you can do anything. And but other than that, like the fucking that Bangers Forever 2 is coming out in May.
Oh,
So I'm
man.
gonna drop that in May. Yo, I'm like almost done with this damn thing. Like I've like been working on it for a little while. I got some cool features on it, but yeah, I'm pretty much damn near done with it. And it's like super professionally done compared to the last one. So
That's awesome.
it's
Now,
gonna be sick. Hell yeah.
where's it going to be available at starting off?
Oh, all streaming platforms, man. Spotify, Apple,
Yeah.
YouTube,
So,
everywhere, anywhere. Honestly, Google's like SoundCloud, you can get anywhere.
okay, hey, great, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
hell yeah.
Is there any certain inspirations like from rap artists that you're taking from that you didn't take from the first album? Are you incorporating some other stuff or certain things that inspired you?
Honestly, for that, I just like I really like music. So like, and I like all kinds of music. So like honestly, it's more so just me listening to music, and I'm so inspired by it, especially like because like growing up, music played such a huge part in wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like that's like WWE got me into like rock and shit like that from wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know about that music, you know, and from wrestling. And well, some friends too, but like that was afterwards. But like just all genres, like I like try to listen to everything. Like I don't want to just like it's wrestling almost. Like I don't want to just be like someone that does like hard beats. Like I want to do everything. So I explore everything. Why not? You know what I mean? You only get one life to live.
Exactly. Dabble into it, man. And like to your point too of if you're willing, if you're capable of putting something out there like music, where it's like you're showing a side of yourself that like other people aren't used to seeing or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
that really helps like just overall confidence in getting yourself out there and just being like, more to that point again, fuck them, where it's just like, I'm going to do what I want, put this out there, and
Definitely.
whatever happens,
Definitely.
happens, just let the universe take over. So
100%, bro.
yeah,
100%.
man. Yeah. Okay, you talked about gaming just a little bit. What have you been playing recently?
Man, honestly, I've been playing like I just got back into playing NBA
Mm-hmm.
a little bit, but like I don't know, like it's so like that game's so like cheesy. Like people are just so like cheesy on that game. It's hard to play. Um, but I've been playing the hell out of Star Wars Battlefront.
The
Like
second
that
one?
is my shit, bro. Yes, it's
Okay.
sick. It's sick, bro.
I got to
It's
get
definitely
that
sick.
because I played it at my nephew's over Christmas, and they had
Mhm.
like the heroes and villains mode or something like
Yes,
that.
4v4, bro.
Fucking
Yeah, dude, 4v4, bro. But that's literally the hardest part on the game because like that's where like all the super cheesy like Star Wars players like go. Like I'm talking level like 140 something. I'm like I think 41. Like I'm like fuck this. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. So yeah, forget that.
Dude, they were whipping my ass. I I did not do one kill the whole time.
Nah, yeah, that's cheesy. That's
Yeah,
cheesy.
I know. I've been recently playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I finally did the story mode, so I've been into that a lot.
People's
Otherwise,
been beating me up about not getting that game. They're like, it's really sick.
dude, it's fucking awesome. Like the storytelling aspect of it, it's like because I get restless playing video games now, but when I get to sit down and try it out, it's very therapeutic and like it envelops you into the whole story, and you're just like, okay, I got to keep playing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
definitely is an escape. It's definitely
Now,
helps
are
out.
you planning to get like a new system, or do you already have a new system?
Man, I tried like 5 to 10 different times to get the PS5.
Yeah,
I guess I just don't have connections like everybody else. Like I don't care. I'm gonna get it when I get it, man. Like
that's what I'm thinking.
I every time it drops, I try. Like so, one of these times is gonna drop, and I'm gonna probably be like 1 for 200, but I'm gonna get the fucking game, the
Yeah,
PS5.
you can
Yeah,
get a COVID vaccine easier than you can get a PS5 right now.
dude, that's crazy, man. Hell yeah, fuck yeah, you can. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Cool, man. Let me ask you this one thing. So you're a dad too. So talk about how balancing that life has been for you too, not only during the pandemic, but just as a wrestler in general.
Uh, I love it, bro. Like I used to worry too much about wrestling before I had kids. Like, too much. You know what I mean? Like where you're just overthinking every fucking thing. And now like I don't care about what people I'm like, I don't know, like at first, like before I had kids, like it was like you see someone doing something dope, you're like, fuck, why I'm not doing that. Like so you get down on yourself. But now it's like I got kids and like it's more so like my mindset now is just like everybody has their turn. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just whenever it's your fucking turn, go. Like I'll be working, but whenever it's your turn, like live that shit up because you know what I'm saying, you only got one fucking turn.
Right. Yeah. So I bet it's been very rewarding for you too. It's just like
Definitely, yeah.
absolutely, man. It's
Yeah.
so cool to see too. So cool.
Oh yeah.
So what do you want to plug? How do people follow you on Twitter? And you know, Never Say Never is coming up March 31st. Free for everybody
Yes,
to
sir.
watch. So yeah.
Yeah, man. This coming Wednesday, Never Say Never.
Yep.
I'm super excited about it. I'm gonna beat Daivari, and then I'm gonna get my middleweight title back. We're gonna do Rush versus Reed too after I beat Daivari because he gonna have to get that work, and then Leo's gonna get that work.
Heck yeah, man. You just get
Yeah,
lay that
man.
groundwork.
It's my year, bro.
Yep.
That's my year, bro. Definitely.
2021, man. It's things are looking
100%.
up. Things are looking up.
100%. Yeah.
So cool. All right, guys. This is Dominic DeAngelo. Myron, how do they follow you on Twitter? The Bad Reed, right?
Yeah, the Bad Reed, and that's Reed's.world on Instagram and Myron Reed on Facebook.
Rock and roll, man.
Same on YouTube. So all that.
Hey,
Just Myron, wherever I'm at, just Myron Reed, I'm probably on there. Like,
there you go.
I mean?
Bangers
like,
Forever 2
coming
in May. So
2. Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. This is Dominic DeAngelo. You can follow me on Twitter at Dominic DeAngelo. You can follow WrestleZone on Twitter at WrestleZone.com. And go to MLW.com to check out everything MLW. Everything's always updating every day. That's what I like about the website too. So
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, Myron. Thanks, guys.